Namaskar to all the viewers. This is me, Neha Goyal from Neha Goyal Dream Reading, and welcome you all to the third day, third way of the 21 day, 21 way free transformation workshop sessions, wherein I will be going live every day for the coming days on Instagram on my handle Neha Goyal, NEHAAGOYAL, and introducing you to one way each day to transform your life. So if you haven't already joined the bandwagon, join me on Instagram. As I said, it's free of cost. And just a short introduction on myself. I'm a transformation coach, a tarot reader, numerologist, as well as an astrologer. So today is the third day of 21 day, 21 way online workshop. If you haven't already, you can also go back to my YouTube channel, Neha Goyal Dream Reading, and get a hold of the past 2 days. Have already done day 1 and day 2 in terms of certain ways. The idea is that it takes 21 days to rewire your brain and for the transformation to set in. So what are those habits which you can introduce in your day-to-day life such that this transformation is assisted, it's helped, and it becomes a lot easier for you? Going by that, let me introduce the day 3 to you. Now, tell me something. What is that one source of energy that all of us absolutely rely on? In fact, it has been noticed that for those countries where there is not that kind of an exposure to this source, they often go through depression or mood swings which are much more extreme. In fact, with the current situation which is going on, it is said that exposure to this source is something which can help in increasing your immunity. There are a lot of mythologies, a lot of stories which have been written about this source. In fact, in the astrological chart also, it is said that if this source is weak, that basically means that the entire astrological chart is weak and needs to strengthen from the core. This source is also associated with our solar plexus chakra, where the ancients say our chi or our prana or our jiva lies. So what do you think is this source that I'm talking about? Any answers? Any suggestions? Indeed, it is the sun, or as we call it in Hindi, Surya Dev. Now, why am I speaking about Surya Dev today, and how can that be something, a story which we can utilize as a remembrance to transform our life? What I want you to focus on is a habit of Surya Dev. As the story goes, Surya Dev has a responsibility and which it is adhering to very ardently, that it has to rise every day, and irrespective of caste, creed, species, what is going on in the world, whether people are dying or not, whether there is fire happening in Australia or not, whatever happens in this world, our existence depends upon the rising of the sun every morning. If the sun wouldn't rise, or as I mentioned in the beginning, if you really focus on those countries, if you look at the chart of those countries in terms of how people are, how their moods are, where there is a very less exposure to sun, emotional issues have often been seen over there. For a lot of time, if I'm working on somebody or with somebody for a 21-day personalized workshop, where I'm actually hand-holding them towards making sure that they become a conduit of their own transformation, I often suggest a walk in the sun. But the inference that I want to give to you, a lesson from sun and its dependability, is in fact to be dependable yourself. Now that we are on the third day of our transformation, ask yourself, how dependable are you? If there is anything that you are saying, how many times are you adhering to it? How thoughtful are you when you are making promises to people? They don't have to be huge promises. They could be very small promises as well. Say, for example, I promote that I will be coming online and doing this particular session every day for 21 days. I begin with, great glory, and there are people who are joining me and all of us are happy. But somewhere down the line, I do not persist this, or I do not conclude it. I can give any amount of excuses. I did not feel like. In fact, it's the feelings, or when somebody is guided by only their feelings is where they lose consistency. So, the idea is to be dependable. Why? Because dependability is what ensures consistency. Not only does it ensure consistency in terms of you and your discipline, but it also improves your relationship. Will you ever rely on a person who is not dependable? Who always says something but backs off from their words? Whom you just can't carry on with because you don't know if this person has said something and whether this person will see it through till the end. But however, I suggest that you ask this question to yourself also. I'm assuming that everybody who has come over here on this video has come over here because they really want to know they really want to transform their life. Saying it and putting it into action can be two different things. So if you really have set, or if you have really committed to yourself and told yourself that, yes, I want to transform, are you a dependable person for yourself? Can you depend for you on yourself? Think about it. Are you your own son? Are you somebody who absolutely knows that either I will not commit, or if I have committed, I will see it through the end? So this is the basic difference, in fact, my friends, between a leader and somebody who, no matter how hard they try, they don't succeed. A leader usually never falls back on usually always sees through that their words are coming into completion by them, of theirs to others, and of people around them. So if you are not able to hold true to your own words, how can you expect someone else to hold true to their words towards you? This is a very important aspect. And why did I tell you the story or the connection of Surya Dev or sun with it in the beginning? Is because, think about it. When it comes to how dependable the sun is, that every morning it comes out, it gives you a ray of hope. If it would not come out, well, because the sun did not feel like, or it was not one of those days, over a period of time, this world would come to an end. Now, when it comes to you, what I really mean to say is that if you're constantly making certain promises to yourself, for example, I will wake up at 5 o'clock and I will definitely do pranayam exercises. Or I will make sure that the last thought that I have is the best thought, so that as soon as I wake up, my first thought is something which can set the momentum of my day. Or I have made a commitment to myself that I will keep myself hydrated. So these are certain promises that you are making to yourself, but you're not seeing them through. In fact, you're taking your words really lightly. It doesn't matter, right? Because there is no one else who's pointing you every time that, hello, have you done this? Therefore, you lose consistency of your own growth. Why? Because your own words you're not dependable on. In fact, subconsciously what is going on in your mind is that this person is not serious about their own words. Let me attract towards them some other people who echo this behavior of theirs because they are comfortable with it. They are comfortable with non-dependability. So while you are non-dependable to yourself or on yourself, just by the virtue of vibration that you are giving out, you are attracting towards yourself non-dependable people, situations, and circumstances. Now, what I suggest that you do is stick by your words. By the way, astrologically also, let me tell you, people who are not dependable, which means that they say something but do something totally different, which also means that they are a slave of their emotions, they land up spoiling their Mars. What is Mars? Mars is the will to do things. Mars is what puts things into action. Mars is that energy which will give you that kind of fire in your belly to make things happen. So while again and again you are being non-dependable on yourself and your words are becoming non-dependable, you are diminishing that energy. That's the reason why the forward momentum in the life or the upward or whatever you want to call it, basically the momentum of the life does not happen. Such are those people who would often come back saying that I feel stuck in life, that there is nothing new happening in my life. It all goes back to you and your own dependability on yourself, just like the sun. Just as we always have this hope every day that yes, the sun will come out, and irrespective of what I have gone through last night, tomorrow I will wake up with a new ray of hope. Does that clear your query, Amy? So, either don't say things, don't commit to things. Let me give you a few examples. You saw this beautiful workshop which was available at not a very high cost, or maybe it was available at a high cost, it doesn't matter. And you enrolled into it. It's an online workshop. Or let's say you enrolled into a gym class or a Zumba class. But you land up not going over there because somewhere you are committed to your laziness or procrastination more than the value of your growth. So even though you have said, even though you have put your word out there, but because you are not dependable for yourself, it's like you not dependable. The information that you are giving out to the universe is that I am okay with non-dependability. I am okay with my money being wasted. So why is this important for your transformation? You remember from yesterday, I said that as far as momentum or calibration is concerned, we are three-dimensional beings. We live in three dimensions: mind, body, and soul. All of these three dimensions have to grow in tandem, and that will happen only when you become dependable, when you stick to a discipline, when you make those choices in life and stick to those choices in life over a period of time. Only then will you start seeing transformation or results in your life. Only then will you start seeing changes in your life. They will not happen if today you read a story and learn a lesson, but tomorrow you don't, because whatever excuse, and this transformative way just seems very easy. Just because it is easy, if you're not persistent on it, it will not work out for you. That's the reason why all my paid workshops in terms of transformation are also for 21 days. It does take minimum 21 days to rewire your brain. So today's third way is be dependable. Honor your words. Honor your words which you have given to yourself, and which you are giving to others. What is required for that? What is required for that is wisdom of mindfulness. Are you impulsively committing if it is to someone else? Which also is attached somewhere to your ability to say no. So for a lot of people, they just spread themselves thin. Eventually, they have no time left for themselves. And why is that? Because they are yet to garner that ability to say no. Let me tell you a story here. It's a Chinese story. There was a king, and he had this person who was working for him. He used to make swords for the king. Top class swords. There was no battle that this king had not won if he was using these swords. Now this person was getting older. In fact, now he was 90-year-old. That's quite an age. Now the king went on a look around for someone else who could really make swords as this guy does. He's a king. Who wouldn't want to work for the king, right? So there were many people from all across the provinces who were called to make this sword. Believe it or not, nobody could match this person's precision. Now the king had no other choice but to handle something or to get into something which was just a little more less quality than this guy. But the king asked this man, what is it that you do? After all, sword making is just a skill. People who are interested, anybody can learn it. So what is it that you put in this sword making, which no one else does? This guy says, Master, I've been doing this for as long as I was from 5-year-old. Irrespective of what came my way, my only focus was that how do I better my skill of sword making? In fact, that was the only good quality that I thought I had. So every day I honed my skill. Every day I was focused. And every day I was trying to ensure that how do I get better in sword making than I was yesterday. And it's because of that persistency of mine that eventually when I came across you, what I had to offer, nobody else could. So you know what I mean? This is the kind of persistency. If you put in that one thing which you do, these are 21 days, 21 ways. Like pick up any one. Do them persistently. Do them as if your life depends on them, your dependability. Commit to it and say, if it is my word, it shall be honored. Really, just say that to yourself every day. What it will do to your subconscious mind is that first, and hopefully, it will stop you from committing to things that you don't want to commit to. Because it is always going on in your mind that if I commit to something, I will have to do it. So if I feel that I don't have the bandwidth of doing it, then let me not commit to it. So people will start trusting you more because they would know that this person would say yes to only that which this person will see through. Secondly, when it comes to you would know that today, if I have committed that I will do one pranayam exercise every morning, then I mean it. After all, my word has value and I will keep it. When you start doing those exercises persistently, you will start seeing result internally and externally, because suddenly you will start exuding that vibration of commitment to yourself, that vibration of dependability, that vibration of focus and persistence. And so you will also attract towards yourself those people who are committed to you, who cut you some slack because they know that you would not say anything which you don't mean. Right? And who will know that if this person can keep his or her word, I can also. So just by being you, you are also helping out other people. My friends, that was the day 3, way 3. Dependability and persistence, which is very important pillar if you have decided to transform yourself. So, and also I wanted to let you know that you can work with me very, very closely for the 21-day workshop, which is highly customized. And as one of the people whom I work with said, that I will take you to that part of nothingness from where you will start creating. And that path to going to nothingness is highly unique to each individual. And that's the reason why there is a difference between what I can offer you. So if you want to enroll in those workshops, let me know. Also, for all the ladies who have joined in today, tonight at 9 p.m., I am doing a Zoom womb healing session. It has a minimum enrollment fees, which is 333 rupees or $15. If you want to join that womb healing session, you can write to me. It's tonight at 9 p.m. So this is what I wanted to say for today. Day 3, way 3. Stay tuned for tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. IST for day 4, way 4, in our 21-way Instagram live, free of cost workshop. And today evening, I will upload this on YouTube. So do check it out on my YouTube channel, Nehaa Goyal Dream Reading.